What about this place? Look at these posters. Huh?
Yeah, they do not like the Jews.
Huh? Look at that one.
Ooh.
You're probably the only Jews ever walked in here.
Ever.
Looks like they're planning the next intifada at this table, but look at this woman. Could be the next Mrs. David. What do you think about that?
If by some chance she's going to get over her anti-Semitism, odds are...
Not with me?
Not with you.
Really?
Just my gut feeling.
So this week we're going to look at the Palestinian and Jew overseas and how we're sort of battling out the issues outside of Israel and the Middle East. Of course, we as Jews don't always get it right ourselves, and we have differences of opinion between us.
Shalom.
Okay, that's just not going to work.
Yeah, that's no good.
What's not going to work?
The yarmulke.
Yeah.
I can't go in with wearing this yarmulke.
You're just shoving it in their faces.
Let's go in.
No. It's far
Yeah.
too cocky a move.
What is this, the raid on Entebbe? Let's just kind of walk in casually.
What? Proud Jews wear yarmulkes?
Yeah, be proud here in the parking lot. You don't need
take
to
it
be
off.
proud in there.
Who's the
Let's
first?
just go in and
Cocky.
sit down.
No, take it off. Take it off.
I'm not doing
Take
anything.
it off.
Don't you
Huh?
dare go
Come on,
after
take-
my
take-
yarmulke. Don't
take-
you reach for
take-
that.
take-
Don't you ever
take-
touch
take-
that. No, don't
Get it.
ever grab my yarmulke.
Ow, ow.
Give it to me. Don't ever grab my yarmulke, ever. How dare you? Don't ever touch my yarmulke. Do you understand?
What the hell is that? We're going to go eat without you.
Good. Who needs you? Get out of here.
Larry David here, kind of struggling almost as to whether or not he should be, warming up to the Palestinians or whether he should be standing strong with other Jews. Who knows what the right answer is, but clearly a peaceful one is what we're looking for. He later hears that there's a demonstration because this Palestinian shop is opening up right next to a Jewish store, and he wants to go down and have a look at it.
Larry, come join us over here.
Come with us. You're a Jew.
No, Larry.
Get over
You're
here.
Larry. Anything you want, Larry. Anything you want.
What would you say if a Israeli said to you that what you're doing by boycotting this shop is targeting all Israeli civilians for the actions of a few in government?
It's a very good question.
So in a case where life imitates fiction, about a year ago in Manchester, a group of pro-Palestinian demonstrators set up shop outside a Kedem store. Kedem is a store that sells cosmetics from Israel. And of course the pro-Palestinians were blockading people from coming through, saying, this is merely supporting Israel, and clearly talking about, well, a number of things I'm going to show you. But what I found really amazing was the story of the demonstration and how it developed.
Are we off the entrance? No, we'll like to go.
We're here today. No medical supplies. There's just dead bodies and injured people.
The staff if they're coming in and out.
And this shop is part of the economy of living in Manchester. Will put up with Israeli goods being sold in Manchester. So come and support us. Support the dead and the dying.
I should remind you that this demonstration was taking place shortly after the 3 Jewish teenagers had been found dead in Israel, and the Israeli Defense Forces had started to attack Palestinian territory to prevent further rockets from coming across, from removing the threats that the tunnels posed at the time. And of course there were Palestinians being killed as a result. So their feelings were particularly high across the countries outside of Israel. But imagine the streets of Manchester as a Jew walking through the streets, seeing something visiting upon you, which doesn't necessarily relate directly to the Jews of Manchester, but those of us that feel very connected to Israel as Jews have very strong feelings about the subject.
How do you feel, sir, about the pro-Palestinian protest here today?
I think it's poorly thought out, and there's so much propaganda being fed to the Palestinian people by the Hamas organisation that I don't think they realise that what they're saying is a whole pack of lies. The situation in Gaza is a result of continuous bombing of the Israeli state every day for a number of years. Israel pulled out of Gaza many years ago. There's no Jews left in Gaza. The Hamas has only one declaration, that's why the state of Israel off the map. So if we bombed London every single day, you really need to respond as well.
So as the days roll by, the demonstration just gets more and more fierce, and there's more numbers growing from both sides, actually. So here we are, we're not on the streets of Gaza or Jerusalem or Tel Aviv, we're actually in the streets of Manchester, and we're debating with not necessarily Palestinian people, just pro-Palestinian people, about each other's rights in this whole conflict.
Is it right by it's not right what anybody's doing. Symbolic resistance.
The British troops killed British troops in Afghanistan by accident, friendly fire.
It's not akin to Churchill, it's more akin to Nazis.
Oh, you're comparing them to Nazis?
Yeah. Collective punishment, pal.
Oh, that is shocking. Yeah. You're comparing Israel to Nazis. That's the bottom line, isn't it?
One Israeli gets killed, and they'll kill 800.
That's the bottom line.
We sell bombs, we sell soap and creams, which is based in Caesarea, right? Do not block the entrances, harassing people, haranguing them on the streets of Britain. It is not wrong. We will tolerate it no more. We will tolerate it no more. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. It's a knife-edge shot.
So counter-demonstration means counter-arguments and counter-microphones with, well, bigger amplifiers. If they've got a little one, we'll get a bigger one. And boy, do they need it.
We will not tolerate a Jewish shop targeting no Nazi Germany in Britain. No Nazi Germany will be tolerated here. We are Britain. We are British Jews. We love our Queen and country. We respect it. We respect our police force and our armed services. We will not tolerate a Jewish shop ever again. Free Palestine from Hamas. Free your children from Hamas.
So this demonstration, which went on for weeks outside a store in King Street, Manchester, between effectively Palestinian interests and I'm going to call them Jewish interests, because frankly, those people that work at that store and the people on the streets of Manchester, of the 35,000 strong Jewish community there, we don't differentiate between Israel and Judaism. And yes, as I've said before, we don't always support the actions of Israel, but in that particular moment in time, we were all behind Israel in protecting our borders, and regrettably in war. There are significant losses of life, and we all know the arguments that unfolded after the Gaza conflict, whereby it was quite clear that Hamas had put people in harm's way. But the facts become distorted overseas. The issues become distorted too. But the way in which they are debated is all the more interesting. But hopefully we can remain on two sides of a street and not necessarily at each other's throats. And finally, we end this week with the horrors of some of our own, where a Jewish individual attacked other Jews who were marching in favour of gay pride, of all things, in Jerusalem. The scary scenes that we saw, which are no doubt scenes that could be seen anywhere in the world, but when we are trying to hold ourselves up as righteous individuals, how awful and how dreadful this must feel for those who are watching. But even worse, the crimes committed in a little town near Nablus are horrible indeed. This small toddler was brutally killed by what we suspect to be Jewish settlers. And we hear from our own Prime Minister Netanyahu in the subject.
Bedside of a 4-year-old Ahmed Saad. 60% of his body is burned. We're doing everything we can to save this young boy, give him a life. His two parents are in other parts of the Israeli health system. We're trying to give them the best treatment to save their lives. When you stand next to the bed of this small child and his infant brother had been so brutally murdered, we're shocked, we're outraged, we condemn this. There is zero tolerance for terrorism, wherever it comes from, whatever side of the fence it comes from. We have to fight it and fight it together. I spoke to President Abu Mazen right before I entered the hospital. I told him of this visit and of Israel's absolute commitment to fight this evil, to find the perpetrators, bring them to justice. We have to calm the spirits and recommit ourselves to our joint battle against terrorism and extremism. It's something that all parts of the Israeli government and all parts of Israeli society agree on. It's important that we make common cause with our Palestinian neighbors to give ourselves a better future, a future free of violence, free of terror, and a future of peace.